In his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Dr. Stephen R. Covey states in Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. And while as an organization we know exactly what the end looks like, our purpose today is to get you to see what the end looks like. Our vision is to enhance the student experience, capitalize on our opportunities, problem solve with students, and offer quality service during each encounter. My name is Keon Edwards, and I'm an admissions representative for Online Higher Education Organization. Due to privacy reasons, for the remainder of the presentation, I will refer to the organization as Online University. Before making any changes at all, we need to develop an action plan. This is going to be done in 4 parts. First part is appointing a lead person. The most logical person to be in the lead of this is an admissions manager. The admissions manager spends the most time with the admissions representatives, spends the most time with the students themselves, from first contact to taking them on a tour of what an online school looks like, application, introducing to a finance counselor to build a plan, and back to an admissions representative. If the admissions manager can't fulfill the role, we'll look to a finance manager, also an academics manager, possibly to fill that role. Next step in the action plan is to confirm a deadline with the lead person. This deadline needs to be adhered to so that we can present a plan to our management, to our upper management. Third, we'll assign a budget for the project. This is going to be highly centered around software redevelopment. At this time, our current software is not where we want it to be. We want to be able to enhance the student experience, so our software needs to be redesigned. Last but not least, we're going to assign their priorities. And our top priority is to make sure that we can engage with our potential students. We want this to be student focused. And each of our interactions, we want to be able to have a conversation with a student that is going to be engaging, that the students feel like they're part of the conversation, and that they have a say-so in what degree program is going to be the best fit for them. Our next step is to start our beta testing. This is going to come from a small group of employees that are going to get trained on those new processes. The most important part of this beta test is to make sure that we have a good mix of tenured employees, also new employees. If we can work this the right way, it would be best that if we had brand new employees who don't even know anything about the older systems. That way that they're not biased, they're not already bought into a system that is not working well for us right now. We'll then move into benchmarking. This is going to help us to determine if the initial contact to completion of application can be done in under an hour. Right now, the process is taking anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometime up to 3 hours, and that's just not a very good student experience. So we want to be able to bring that number down to under 1 hour. At this point, we understand that there's going to be a lot of questions out there, and probably even more rumors. So we're going to have a town hall meeting so we can answer those questions. We can address each of the employees that may be wondering, what steps are we taking to make things better? What are we taking away? Anytime you talk about having something new, there's a fear that we're going to take something away. Our goal is not to take anything away. Our goal is to enhance the things that we have right now, improve upon our strengths that we have, and take advantage of our opportunities that are out there. We're going to schedule dates that the training will begin. This is important, especially for the more tenured employees that we have. They want to know, when are these changes going to take place? Because right now they have routines that they're in. Management has routines. So we want to know exactly what that's going to look like. When will this training begin? During that training, we're going to select some individuals to also be trainers. It's probably most important to have the trainers be the ones that have already gone through the beta testing, had a chance to see what those new processes look like, had a chance to play around with them. So they'll be our best candidates for our testers. They'll be our, so to speak, trained trainers. Then the training will be conducted on an individual team basis. It wouldn't be very beneficial to drag all the teams off the floor at one time. We need to stagger that training so that we can still be able to meet the needs of our students that are out there, our student population, potential new students, and also our persisting students. Here at the online university, we do a really good job of being able to interact with the students on a daily basis. One of our strengths is speed to lead. And what that means is that once we get an inquiry from a student, we're able to contact that student within moments and address their issues that they may have and resolve that inquiry within a timely manner. In this stage of benchmarking, we're going to look for some consistency here. We're looking at see that the newly trained employees are keeping the time under 1 hour without sacrificing the quality of the conversations, though. It doesn't make sense for us to roll out a new program, attempt to make sure that it's under an hour, but we lose the quality of the conversation. More than anything else, our goal is to find a program that's going to be a good academic fit as well as a good financial fit for each and every student. If we rush through the process, if we don't allow the student to have all of their needs met, if we don't find out what all their needs are, what some of their shortcomings may be being an online student, if we don't take the time to find those things out, if we rush through the process, that's a disservice to the student and our organization as well. We'll be watching for extremely low times, meaning somebody may be rushing through the process, and long times, that could be an employee who is still hanging on to some of those bad habits or just haven't really bought into the new system itself. As we continue to work forward here, it's going to be important that we get the president on board, the CEO, vice presidents, area directors. So we're going to pitch the campaign to them. We want to make sure that most of the bugs are worked out so that once they have a chance to see the new product, this will be something that they can be proud of. We'll move into our last beta testing phase now. This is just going to be a small sample of our consumers. We're going to give them an opportunity to see firsthand what our new processes look like. Hopefully we'll have some returning students, meaning students that have gone through the old process but are now coming back and returning to us and going to get a chance to see what the new process look like. Our intent is to get surveys out there. These surveys are going to serve in a way to give us some timely feedback on, does the new process work? And if it's not working, what do we need to fix with that? So before getting a full rollout, we'll make some small tweaks. We'll make sure that everything is up to standard and that it's going to be something that we're comfortable with, that the students are comfortable with. We want to make sure that the software is redesigned in a way that the interaction from student to professor to admissions representative, academic counselor, finance counselors, it's a smooth process. That's something that we can really be proud of as we go forward. My name is Keon Edwards. I'm an admissions representative with an online higher education organization. I thank you for listening to me today.